Right. Before we think of a film, we need to think of our requirements. First thing I want us to think about is that I only want it to be 10 minutes long.
This is the final for your master's degree. You sure you'll be happy with something so small?
It has to be small precisely because it's my final product in my master's degree. You see, a smaller film is so much easier to polish than a longer one.
Okay, so what's the next requirement?
Okay, I've managed to save up £100 and that's our budget.
So you decided to keep the film so small because of your budget?
No. Not consciously, anyway.
Right.
Okay, so those are our requirements.
I'll add another one if I was you.
Okay, cool, shoot.
I think we should limit locations to the ones we have access to.
What locations do we have access to?
There's a lecture room that's always free.
I'm not too excited about the lecture room, but we'll keep it as an option. What else have you got?
The park near our campus.
I filmed there before, but we'll keep it as an option. What else have you got?
It's that depressing stairway. You know, it's good on camera.
Can we use your flat?
Sure.
And we can use your hallway as well.
Not for too long, because I don't want to be disturbing the neighbours.
Okay, so we've got some good locations that we can fit a film around now. We just need to think of a concept that will fit all of those requirements. Anything?
I wrote something about a kid who falls in love with an older lady,
Oh, that's sweet.
but then he dies.
Oh, not so sweet. It's a good concept though.
Can we cast a child?
Children are hard to work with. You've got to pay travel expenses for their parents so that they can escort them.
Do we have any kids we can escort ourselves?
Maybe if we had a van. How many sweets would it take to lure a kid into a van? What was that concept you came up with a couple of months ago, the one that I liked?
The one-shot film about serial killers.
No, the other one that I liked.
The time traveler through potatoes.
What? No. The one about 4 guys and a vault and a virus or something.
Oh, the vault. Yeah. Do we have access to a vault-like space?
Do we need access to a vault-like space?
Well, did Panic Room have to happen in a panic room? Come on.
Point taken. Did you say you have a concept for time-travelling potatoes? Maybe we're setting our standards too high. We should aim lower.
But if you set your standards low already, everything else might as well be low. It's much how porn film acting.
Hey, porn films make good money worldwide. You can't use that as a bad example.
I just don't think they sell, because of all their acting and storyline.
Yeah, but they still invest time and energy in surrounding their stuff with a storyline. And all that faking done by the actresses, that's acting through and through. So it's not just about the sex.
So you're telling me you want to make a porn film for your dissertation?
Point taken. It's been a week, there's a month to go, and we still have no idea. We need to think of a concept now. Anything, just as long as it fulfills the requirements. Okay, so it's got to be under 10 minutes, under £100, and shot in the available locations.
Okay.
Anything.
Hmm?
Are you even thinking about the film?
No, I was just looking at those people at the bench there. Might be someone who I knew.
Mate, we're on a deadline. I need ideas now.
You know, maybe you can use the people at the bench for inspiration.
Okay, this method of yours isn't helping. Okay, let's begin from square one. Let's think of a location.
The forest.
Okay, that's our setting. Now, let's think of a character we can put in the forest.
Don't we have to think about the character design first?
Well, let's just think of a default character, just so that we can get the plot moving.
But that means we have a soulless character. I mean, it'll be no different from a prop.
Okay, well then let's pick somebody we know.
Can we pick Lee?
My classmate Lee. Sure. Okay, so Lee is walking in the forest. Now, think of something good that can happen to him.
Should we have the plot starting already?
It's a short film. Things need to happen fast.
Or what about the character development before the plot?
This is just the draft. We can develop that later.
Won't these events have any relevance to this character?
Come on, Lee's walking away.
Fine. How about you find some prop?
What do you have in mind?
Roses.
Not as exciting. Can it be a character he meets instead?
A woman.
Okay. A bit more exciting.
A woman with roses.
Fine, that's better.
I'm imagining Maya as his character.
Maya, our sound recordist.
Well, I'm imagining her because you're imagining her.
So, anyway, Lee and Maya start talking.
How did that happen?
Does it matter for now? Now, the pair realise a chemistry between themselves, so they decide to meet up in the forest every week.
We're not going for originality much for this first draft, are we?
The next week, Lee turns up at the forest, the happiest he could be to meet his beloved. He waits for her, but she doesn't turn up anytime soon. So he waits some more, but she still doesn't turn up. He keeps on
And let
waiting.
me guess. And she still doesn't turn up, does she? She doesn't even turn up in the end.
Exactly. And poor Lee waits alone in the forest, waiting for the girl who would never turn up, and his hope for love slowly and painfully dies away. And that's where it all ends.
That's it.
Well, it's a start. The last scenario I talked about, that'll be our ending.
You already had these scenarios written in your mind before, didn't you?
Well, maybe just a little bit here and there. Okay, most of it, but not all of it.
Alright, let me ask you something. Do you think we have enough time in a 10-minute film to put back the story of the characters?
We don't need to show the entire backstory. We can just show little snippets along the way.
Do you think these snippets are enough for the audience to care about this character?
It's not about the characters' lives and their personalities. It's about the events that happen in between them.
And you do realise that the events that take place, there are no obstacles and there's no objectives. So that basically means that the story can't go forward.
My idea's as bad as yours, isn't it? We've got a month to the deadline, and we've got no idea. We're lost and screwed.
Guess we have to stick with the mediocre piece then, mate. What about if Lee was waiting in the forest with a rose?
What's your obsession with roses?